Hi, I am Revati, Assistant Professor, Department of EEE, SNS College of Technology. In this lecture series video of Fundamentals of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, today's topic is analog multimeter. So, already we have known that digital devices or analog devices, it is classified into two different types, whereas the analog system works on the analog meter types and digital meter works as a display mechanism. Whereas this analog multimeter is the meter that is used to measure two or more electrical properties and displays the measured properties along calibrated scale using a pointer. So this display measured values when the test leader connected to a circuits, devices or circuit components. So it is an electromechanical component, a de-horizontal movement to move the pointers. So digital multi we can use it to measure all kind of measurements by using an multimeter, whereas it is a digital multimeter, whereas in analog multimeter it is known as de-horizontal meter moment principle. So this consists of two poles, north and south poles. So the scale is employed in these devices, whereas an indicating needle also present. So these two field of attraction, whereas the magnetic field and resistive source or load which is connected across these poles. So then EMF get induced and the spring, a very thin wire mounted on the meter bobbin is used to rotate, so that the poles of attraction were happen and the needle will point the value of exactly what we have employed to measure in that. So the meter connecting points are two ends, whereas from these two ends the two poles of connection will be connected across the circuit. So in components of an analog multimeter, it is probes, so which is used to interfaces between the multimeter and the measured value, where the two knobs or 2 points. So here we talks about the meter connecting point. So these probes act as a meter connecting points to interface between multimeter and the devices. So zero adjustment is the point where we have to set the zero adjustment. As in a voltmeter or ammeter, we can check the zero point, so that we can eliminate the human errors and some of the point variation in the whole circuit. So meter moment is used, whereas the meter moment consists of a needle, indicating needle, springs, etc. So ranges are selected by manually by us. So selector switch is used for selecting, whereas we have to measure the voltage, current or else any other components. So scales is used to measure the ranges of the meter. So these are all the components of an analog multimeter. So in analog multimeter we can know that ohms value is employed, and then AC, DC meters, resistance values are all indicated by a single display, whereas it is it consists of a wide range of resistance value from where 0 to 10k ohms are employed in this single analog multimeter, whereas in DC it is employed 0 to 250, whereas it is used to measure the residential voltage value, and then in AC voltage it is in decibel dB, which is used for place 22, along with that BAT, which is indicating the values of the devices which we are connected across the analog multimeters. So typical linear meter scale which is employed for adjustment of the multimeter is 0.5 amps, where it can set where the value of scale factors of values of major division, which is divided by the number of spaces. So in number of spaces which full scale deflections equal to 0.5 amps, major number division equals 0.1 amps each, this the small division equals to 0.1 each. So these are all the for that first one we can full scale depletion equal 5 amps. So whereas in second scale it is 0.5 amps, whereas the major number division equal to 1 amps, whereas in second division 0.1 amps, whereas in third division that is 0.01 amps. The small division equal to 0.1 each, whereas in second 0.01 each, and third one is 0.001 each. So the scale value is the adjustment of meter which we can able to measure what we exactly want. So these are all the typical linear meter scales. So basic electrical instrument characteristics is voltmeter, ammeter and wattmeter. It is measured quantity is the voltage, the ammeter is electrical current, where ohms is and resistance. So instrument resistance is very high, so that we can connect the voltmeter across the circuit is in parallel connection. So ammeter very low, so that we can able to connect it in a series connection. Depends on the range of setting, we can use 1 ohms or 230 ohms or 1k ohms, 10k ohms. It is parallel with the component, that is to have to its resistance measured. So these are all the things which is instrument connection, where else employed in the analog multimeters. Analog multimeter, how does it work? So it is used for display, signal conversion, ampere law, final measurement, coil rotates, diagonal movement and measurement. So this display operates through a mechanical system with a point needle and on analog scale, whereas in ampere's law the current voltage interacts with the magnetic field. A torque force is created, this is because of an ampere law. Whereas in coil rotates, as a coil rotates due to the magnetic interaction, the pointer also moves, indicating the measurement value on the scale. The current voltage then flows through a coil known as diagonal movement. The coil is positioned with a magnetic field created by a magnet. So these are all the things which we can learn about uh, analog multimeter. Thank you.